You're on the punch line with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez. Yeah, so what I was talking about was that it said it was going to be a good fight until Michael pulled out at the end.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a 12-round decision. I didn't know how it was going to go, but I knew it was going to go kind of the way we wanted it to. That's weird. We never have a thing where we're already into the discussion of a fight like we are now.
Because you just got here.
But the show wasn't running already.
Yeah, you guys were on the punchline, by the way.
Yeah, you're on there, but we're already talking about one of the fights from the Dallas this week. I'm already putting the shit on there.
James, a bit late.
Was it late? Was I?
Mm-hmm. No, you actually got here just in time.
I'm usually an hour early.
I hope everybody remembered that since we missed last Sunday because of we just got in from out of town.
There's no way we'd have made that show.
No.
I slept all that next day.
Or awake, yeah, because we got no sleep.
Dude.
The way the flights. We can't win. That's why I say, what the fuck's the difference between driving and flying? We fly out. We left at 3 o'clock in the morning to get there. Flew early.
Yeah.
And then coming home, the fights were over.
Not just to mention that.
2-hour nap.
Not just mention that. We had things going on every night. You had some kind of meet and greet. You had some kind of a fight. We had the local fights Friday night that Mikey put on. Those local fights that were really good. We saw B-Fly fight and Jordan Jones fight. And some of those guys, really good turnout. That place sold out.
Mm-hmm. It was a nice show.
Really good show. Then Saturday, we were up early. We met up with Rudy Hernandez that day. And Larry Gonzalez we met up with. And
it was
his
fun.
son. And
Good time bullshit.
Good time, man. We had a really good time. We met with Steve Stoller, which is cool. A lot of these punchline people that watch and help out the show. We got to
was there.
Have barbecue, which is really awesome. How's everybody doing? So I know we're running late, guys, with some of the fights. We didn't get on last week, so we're gonna talk about the Mikey fight a little bit. What'd you think, Kelly?
Thought it was a good fight. I really did. Thought it was. I had it 116-111.
I had it 117, 110.
117.
No difference.
Yeah, but that's why I thought Mikey won the fight. Thought it was a good fight. It was a competitive fight, but I thought Mikey won the rounds. We talked about this during the week. A lot of people, I think, on the scoring were really big on Jesse Vargas's last 25 seconds of the round. And again, I'm the person who thinks that. There's a fight. A round is 3 minutes, and I like to score the entire 3 minutes. We know you're supposed to try to steal rounds, but that ain't doing nothing for me. If somebody's winning the round and they're dictating the whole entire round, they won that round. The last 25 seconds don't do anything. 25 seconds is a very small amount, and if you're trying to score a fight on that, and that's what sells you a round, then that you shouldn't watch boxing because the round's 3 minutes.
Let's be honest though. Most boxing fans from ADD ass motherfuckers. They don't remember one fight to the next. They remember. They don't remember. They go from 2 minutes to 2 minutes 45 seconds. Last 15 seconds, Jesse throws a 10-foot salvo, and they're like, Jesse won that round big. I said, did you just see him get lit up through the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds? What fucking fight did you see?
And I'm going out to say this too. I'm a huge fan of Jesse.
I love Jesse Vargas.
Jesse is my homie. I mean,
you actually hang out with this dude.
Yeah. I've hung out with Jesse, but and obviously you know how I am with the Garcias. It was a hard fight for me, I love the Garcias and Mikey. So I'm telling the fight from exactly how I see it. I mean, I thought Jesse put a great fight up. Jesse looked good, and nobody could take that away from him either.
That first round through 4, he looked great.
He did. I mean, his hand speed, his power. He fought a bit, and he used his size to, which is a big thing. Yeah. But again, I thought that Mikey pulled out and won the fight. I mean, he won the rounds more convincingly, in my opinion.
What's up, Clint? Clint's messaging from Cornwall, UK.
Cool. Mr. Just Because says I thought it was a good fight.
I did too, but let's not fool ourselves and think that fight was 114, 113, a draw. Because some of these scores I've seen, they would actually had Jesse winning if it wasn't for the knockdown. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that at any point. Yeah. And then you get the master media and the master fans that come out and go, well, punch stats say, and I'm like, stop with the punch stats. Let me
for boxing, scoring a fight on punch stats after the fight's over, you might as well just take the punch stats and throw them out. Again, it's going back to the theory. If you're in just say the first 4 rounds, a guy goes in and he lands a shitload of punches, and the guy is getting hit a lot, and he lands 38 punches the second round, and lands 45 punches the third round, and lands 20 in the first round. So he's got all those punches. And then the next 7 rounds, though, next 7 rounds, the other guy lands 15, but he wins the round. He dominates the round and just backs the guy up and drops him twice. But only lands, say he lands 2 punches, but drops the guy twice.
You want to hear riddle, Kelly?
It was 10-8 rounds. So you tell me that, because the guy landed more punches, he still won the fight? So you just wipe away all the other rounds?
Yep. Do you want to hear riddle, Kelly? In what sport does that matter when you throw more punches and land more punches?
It don't.
Amateur boxing. Amateur boxing, that counts.
But even
not
still in amateur
professional
boxing, depending on how you're scoring it.
Exactly.
If you're doing a local show fight, it don't matter.
No. But what I'm saying is these guys, it's not, when you're scoring a fight, the judge is going 5 different scoring categories, and not one of them is most punches landed. It's a lot of them is the quality of punches, the kind of punches you land. A right hand to the face counts more than a jab. A body shot counts the same as a jab. Unfortunately, that's the rule. I mean,
I guess the best way to put it is this: is to break it down. If I'm fighting Justin Fortuna right now, and in this first round, Justin lands 75 punches on me, which could probably be done after that. But if he lands 75 punches on me, and I'm going to throw it out there. You know what? Let's even go higher. He lands 100 punches in the first round.
Oh, you calling that right?
And then a second, We'll get next round.
Clear. You got that defibrillator down there?
But I'm being serious. So he lands. My shoes going all over. He lands 100 punches in the second round. Yeah. I go in there and I beat him and say he's dead tired, and he throws 4 punches, and I go in and land 45 punches.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same man moves the
does he automatically win the fight? Because the second round I beat him badly, buckled him, put him against the ropes.
That's why they score on quality of punches.
Exactly. They scored rounds. Who wins that round too? Like if somebody wins the round, it don't matter how much the other guy fucking landed.
I said it before. I said it on somebody's show, somebody's page. I said the only thing punch stats were made for was for media guys and fans that jerk off around the water cooler on Monday. Judges do not even see punch stats during the fight.
Oh, well, Lofty 11 said, isn't punch stats just a dude hitting keys on a keyboard, like jab, power shot?
It's 3 dudes.
Yeah.
It's 3 dudes. But what it is the judges do not see punch stats. And they do that for a reason, so they're not influenced by that.
Yeah.
Like I said, punch stats only gives writers and fans and media people something to jerk off about on Monday. Oh, did so-and-so win because his opponent landed 80 more punches?
True.
Yeah, but he didn't knock him down 6 fucking times either.
Exactly. Just because that Chocolatito stole the card. We're going to go into some of the undercard fights too.
We're going to get into them, guys.
Punch stats is garbage. Michael Donahue said, fellas, what's up? Did you see Canelo is fighting Billy Joe Saunders?
We did. We'll get into that.
We'll get to that. Isn't punch stats Lobster 7 also could be...
That's nice for the fighter to have personally after.
Yeah, it's like a show me board, It's a show me board.
Yeah.
You remember they have that human body and shows the red marks on the body? They're like, I hit that motherfucker there so hard.
Remember having that sports science show?
It comes on.
Yeah, it still comes on.
It comes on. I watch it.
They did a nice big one before the Mayweather McGregor fight.
What's it on? I haven't seen it.
It's on ESPN.
What day of the week?
Oh, they show it like at the like small 15-minute footages of it. Like Sports Center will have sports science, and then but they just did one on the 40-yard dash with John Ross. They did that one with John Ross to see how fast his acceleration was, and he ran like 28 miles an hour. I was like, what the fuck? 28 miles an hour. That kid ran.
That's fucking yeah. I mean, you're getting into like dog and canine.
A Yugo, an '89 Yugo.
Yeah,
that's the speed
Coyote.
Bro, that's the speed of an '89 Ford Fiesta, isn't it?
Fucking Coyotes run what? Mid-30s, high 30s?
Fuck, I don't know.
They do. I actually had to research that when I had an infestation in my fucking backyard.
We got some good stuff going on. Esteban's watching. Bobby Mills is watching. Felix from Boxing Uncut wants to go. How was the Texas barbecue? Was it good?
Super.
Super. But I like the Korean barbecue too.
I know. I got stuck eating Korean barbecue for 2 days when you're in Texas eating fucking roll brisket. Lobster 11 said, I don't even get a stiffy unless the punch number hits 4 figures.
Good luck. You get a stiffy about once every fucking 2 years, right? You don't get that shit.
Yeah. Carlo has a good one.
What's that?
Why do you think Mikey Garcia is so insistent to fight at 147 when he belongs at 140?
Because that's not for you to decide. It's for him.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I think Mikey belongs at 140.
I do. But what I'm saying is, fans think they know what's best for Mikey's career. You motherfuckers can't even control your own weight, and you want to control Mikey's weight or somebody else's weight. You know what I mean?
Here's my
Love what they do, but just wants a
Look.
challenge.
Yeah.
140 is not going to pay Mikey $23 million. I hate to say it. He ain't going to make that money.
I agree. Here's my take on it with that. Do I think Mikey fares better at 140?
Absolutely.
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 And that's my opinion,
Yes.
though, as we're saying. That's just my fucking opinion.
But did you-
a retired fat guy.
Did you want George?
Who-
Did you want George the Couch Potato to tell you you can't move up to 68 and fight Kelly?
That's what I'm saying. So for me, that's my opinion. But Mikey has showed, you got to give the guy credit for this. When Mikey don't fight this person or that person, or when any fighter don't fight a certain person, they're ducking, and it's not good for the sport, and they're afraid to fight this person. And when Mikey dares to be great and jumps up, and he's not only jumping up 2 weight classes, but he's also fighting big fucking welterweights.
He fought a junior middleweight.
Yeah, and he fought guys like Earl Spence, and then now even Jesse Vargas, who had a fight at junior middleweight.
Now he's fighting, and now Manny Pacquiao or Crawford are next, one of the two.
Like if that's and Mikey's a guy who
Next question.
yeah, listen. Exactly. But Mikey's a guy who, he's daring to be great. Like that's where and I also, like you just said, the money's at that. Mikey is a fucking fighter. He's tough, but Mikey's also a businessman. And Mikey's I think personally, in my opinion, Mikey don't want to be in this much longer.
He said it. He told us that.
Yeah. So if Mikey wants to if that's his choice, man, why you getting mad at him, or why does people keep saying, oh, but he should go down to 140? Let him finish out where he wants to. He fucking earned that spot. So
Siren says, I would rather be known for being a dominant champion in one weight class rather than multiple. That's the first time I'd ever hear that.
yeah.
But okay, fair enough.
I was dominant in my weight class for fucking 3 years.
Yeah, but why would you not want to strive for greatness in 3 or 4 weight classes, right?
You don't think? I mean, for a minute
no.
there, yeah, I would have 4 division champion.
No, I think
I've
of
been
course.
really happy with that.
Fuck,
That's almost guaranteed.
Lineal fucking champion.
You're guaranteed a Hall of Fame for that.
Right.
And if anybody says otherwise, they're full of shit.
No, you know what? I think right now, it's funny. Fans, they not just fans, media, even us. Everybody wants to know. Everybody thinks they know what's best for that fighter's career. The only thing that the only person that knows best is that fighter and his management team. We don't know what Mikey has planned. He might fight 47. He might go back to 40 after this. But right now, and Mikey's made it clear, the O doesn't count. The win-loss record doesn't count. It's cashing the fuck out. What part of? And you know what? Roy Jones did it. Floyd Mayweather did it. You didn't hear shit, right, about it. But when Mikey actually has the guts to admit it, that,
It's
hey,
true.
I want to cash the fuck out, you come down on this dude?
And how many of your great fighters had 3, 4, 5 losses?
Name all of them except for Floyd.
Besides Floyd. I mean, you're talking about a rare thing. So Mikey's going down right now. Mikey's already a Hall of Famer fighter.
Siren says JCC was. No, he won a title at 30. He won a title at 35. He won one at 140, and he won one at
Did he win one at welterweight?
26. He won 26, 30, and 35, and 40. Yeah, no, he never. I don't know if he won at welterweight.
But people
He won
hate to
multiple
hear
titles.
this, but Mikey Garcia, because of his accomplishments already, being a 4 division champion, he's a Hall of Fame.
He's going the Hall. But you know his thing is, I want that 5 division championship. Whether he gets it, and right now, let's be honest, Manny Pacquiao is the best. He's the easiest bet of those champions.
Yeah.
I really think so.
And I'll tell you why I think, and we both said this, and you brought it up too. Mikey's a counterpuncher.
Yep.
And Manny Pacquiao has a hard time with counterpunchers. He does.
And we've said that before. But I would rather take my chances with a 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao than I would those 2 motherfucking tigers at the welterweight division named Crawford and Spence.
Yeah.
We know what Spence can dish out, and I think Crawford
And I
Spence.
still would even be worried about Danny Garcia, who's a good sized welterweight.
He's a decent welterweight size.
But,
He's decent, but he's big too.
yeah.
But any one of those guys are dangerous. But I would take my chance. Now, if I was fighting for a title,
I
I
don't
would
think
take.
Danny has a title.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
though. But he's money.
So if I was Mikey, my opinion, I would go for the title though. I'm not going to keep lingering around 147 because that weight class is fucking
stacked.
it's too stacked. I'm not going to sit there and like fight the guys.
Yeah.
I'm going in, and I'm going for another route for the title.
Yeah. I really do though. I think that too. I think for me, if I'm nowhere saying I'm in, but I'm saying if I was Mikey, I would take the lesser of those 3 evils.
Yeah.
Would be Manny Pacquiao.
And Lobster 11 here is saying, I want to see Mikey versus Pac-Man, but Both are somewhat small for 147. It would be a great money for Mikey and easier fight for Pac-Man compared to Crawford.
Look, I don't have a pick in this fight, but we all do know that anytime Manny's had problems in the fights, it's been with counterpunchers, and Mikey's a great counterpuncher. Yeah. You are not going to back out of a punch without getting it. We've seen it in every fight. Anytime you back out of a fight with Mikey, you're going to get caught on the way out. It happens with everybody. And we've seen Manny can be hurt. We just saw Broner fucking hurt him.
Yeah.
For the 3 times that he landed in the fight, one of those punches hurt him.
Yeah. Soapbox says, "Hey guys, my 43-year-old just won his Master Division debut at the Houston Golden Gloves. Can y'all give Manny Castaneda a shout out for me?"
Hell yeah.
Good job, Manny. Congratulations,
Good job, Manny.
bro.
Good job. Not Rudy. Dan said, "What's up, boys? Can't wait to hang out with that scum Rudy comes to town. Korean barbecue or Brazilian barbecue?"
Who's that?
Dan.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, we talked to Rudy. He said he's coming out, but you're buying.
Yeah.
We told him the truth, that you have a bigger school, a bigger budget, and a brand new truck to afford this shit. Yep. We're not buying shit. You are.
We're saying that you're charging kids $85 a session.
$100.
$100 a session, and you got right now around 1,500 kids.
Yep. So we know what you're. Yep. And his wife is one of the best cancer tattooists in the country.
Absolutely.
So fuck.
Yeah. And you got 2 sponsors worth $500,000.
Yes.
That pay your lease and everything.
Killcliff. He's sponsored by Killcliff.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't fooled. You better get that big checkbook out, Dan Siegel. Jair, our homie. They'll thank Jair for hooking us up with credentials for that fight on Friday night.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you, homie. And
we appreciate
it was great
that.
seeing you Saturday too. He said, "Can you all put to bed the conspiracy of Fury's gloves?"
Oh,
let's knock it out, Kelly. The bent glove?
That's what I'll do. All right, listen. If you're going that route, you're an idiot. You have when you're in the locker room. First of all, they watch you tape up now. Especially, they were always strict, but especially since the Margarita issue, because I hear a lot of you guys point that out there. So we could thank Margarita for the strict overlook of these fucking commission guys. But they watch you wrap your hands. Secondly,
there's 5 steps now.
Yeah. And then actually they bring your gloves and I believe I'm pretty sure they're still sealed in a package, and you open them up in the locker room. They watch you put the gloves on. They're there for you when you tie it. They're there when they put the tape on it. They're actually there when you tie it, so that way you don't pull the padding back. They make sure and they put their finger on while you tie the gloves now. They actually did it when I was fighting, and they'll hold their finger there so that way you go to a certain.
So you don't do that cross 8 times.
Yeah, a certain spot. There's no way to sit and fuck with the gloves and mess it up. Yep. So please just let it go.
Don't forget the main one. When you get in the ring, what does the referee do? Grabs your motherfucking gloves and feels your knuckles in your gloves.
Yep.
To make sure they're there. Also, let's not forget this. When you're getting wrapped, what's going on? A member of the opposing camp is in there watching you get wrapped too. On top of that,
exactly.
This is a 5-step process. And
so if somebody did cheat, shame on your corner, your team then.
Shame on your team. Well, I'm saying is Fury didn't have to put his gloves halfway on. I don't know how that would have helped him anyway, having a glove halfway on.
How the hell can a 6'9" guy put a fucking glove halfway on? First of all, listen, you got 10 and 12 ounce.
10 ounces.
Or you got 8 and 10 ounce. There's only 2 sizes in boxing, 8 and 10. And certain, I think below 147 or 147 and lower is 8 ounce. And above that is 10 ounce. So how the hell is a 6'9" guy going to have room to fucking wiggle his hand out of there and have it halfway on? Yep. Did somebody answer that? I mean, unless you really got small
How did
hands.
he slide that glove back? Is what I'm saying during the.
I'm just saying 6'9" is a big hand.
It's a big fucking hand. That's a big ham hock for a 10 ounce.
Even if he got a small, even if he has small hands, small hands for a 6'9" guy is a big
hand. They smush your 10 ounce glove on. You're a middleweight. They have to smush your shit on. They have to pull it up like this and pull it hard to get in there. That motherfucker's bigger than you. What's this one here? Simon says no one has a right to tell someone what's best for them. Marriages end because one tries to control the other. If a fighter steps up to give fans a dream match, they suddenly get shit on for being a risk taker.
Oh, we got some good ones here real quick. Another heavyweight upset with last night. We'll get to that one. I didn't see it, but I heard.
Kawanaki got upset like a motherfucker.
LDBC peeps and mad coping right now. And then Brooklyn Noctorious, I think that's Brooklyn. He says, finally fighters talking about fighters, not like these other biased fake media channels. Well, thanks. And I don't know if you're new, man. I think this is the first time seeing you on, Brooklyn, but we appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in. Big time. We appreciate it.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a curly-haired fuck.
You're a fat, curly-haired fuck.
Dan said, "You're the bigger scum than Rudy." Oh,
Who, you?
yeah.
Oh, good. Thanks, Dan.
Remember that Yoda? Remember that baby Yoda was like has that meme where his mouth's open like this? Oh, remember that? That's what I look like when he says it. Oh,
Dan, am I cool with you still?
no, fuck that. You're not cool either if I'm not. You can't be his friend if I'm not his friend.
Dan, inbox me. Slide up in my DM.
Slide in. Well, that sums it up. You're an idiot. Period. Who is?
What did you say?
Jesse Gomez. I don't know who he's talking to, but okay. Let me see.
Do we want to tap into the undercard?
Yeah, we will. But there's some other stuff here. Oh, he's at 147 for the pack fight. Yes, he is boxing uncut. Jimmy Guerrero, our homie, says, Thurman, if Mikey beats Manny, does that tarnish Keith Shine, or is he still in there with these guys? Why would that tarnish? I don't think that tarnishes
They're
Keith.
elite level guys.
They're both
man.
elite level guys. Anything can happen.
Anything.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't see how that would. Mikey is on the same level as Keith, or a better fighter. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen shit from Keith Thurman. Yeah, all I know is he fights every 2 years, and he doesn't.
When is his next fight?
After Keith spends more time talking shit than he does fighting.
Yeah. Mr. Just Because says that's a shot at the LDBC. I've been calling out our KSI on Twitter, then got booted off for life. Working class nobody.
Who?
Mr. Just Because, I don't know, but
I don't know what he's talking about. The LD.
He's calling out KSI though. He wants.
He wants to fight KSI.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I watched KSI got some paws.
Okay.
I seen it.
Stitch Duran overlooked the hand wraps. He's well accredited in the sport. He's confirmed those spirits. Yeah, Stitch Duran is one of the best guys in the world for this. I mean, am I a Stitch fan? Absolutely not. But let's not take away that he's a great cut man. I'm Team Rudy. I'm Team Rudy when it comes to cut men. So that's.
I can say that I was fortunate enough to have Rudy work my.
Well, you actually had one of the best.
Well, Miguel Diaz.
Miguel Diaz. That's what I was about to say.
And then Rudy.
But don't tell Rudy that his head will get bigger and he'll talk more shit. Hey, Dana says, "Hey, Box Town, let's go to the hood. What's up, bro?"
Rudy got a big head.
He does, man.
No, like big, like physically big.
That's what I said. Oh, yeah. Pro boxing gloves are only good for 30 rounds, just like the Everlast MX. Yeah, but most fighters don't use them for more than one. I mean, who's going to use the fight? Maybe early in the career, some of these janky ass promoters would use gloves over and over again. You know,
but I don't know if the commission can allow that.
But they've done it before back in the day.
They probably have.
They would bag them and refresh them. And
I think the ringside gloves, because ringside used to be big, like in the late '90s.
With that one with that big rectangle thing and said ringside in it.
Yeah, the long ring.
Those motherfuckers hurt when you get hit with them too.
Yeah, a lot of fighters used to use those. Ricardo says there's talks Josito Lopez versus Crawford. You guys think Josito has a puncher's chance?
Nope.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that fight. Because
I love Josito. I mean, he's one of Robert's guys. He's a good guy, but let's face the facts, guys. Nobody in that welterweight division is beating Terrence fucking Crawford. Nobody. I can say in 3 different languages. Nobody. In Spanish, nobody. In Japanese, nobody.
How's that?
In German, wie heißen Sie? Nobody. No, no one's beating Terrence fucking Crawford.
You ever see that bacon pancake song? It's in all the different languages.
Bacon pancake.
Yeah. They have it all different languages too.
That dude's fucking hilarious, dude.
I know.
Did you ever see that German commercial for learning to speak English? It's a real German commercial. This family gets in the car and they're all driving down the car, and it's this American song, and they're all jamming to it, but it just keeps saying, "I want to fuck you in the ass." And it's the mom and dad, the kids, and they're all like that. At the end, it says, "Want to learn English?"
Yeah, but you know what's funny about that? The Germans knew exactly what that means, because that's like kissing in Germany. You know what I mean? You've seen German Scheiser porn, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, fucking in the ass is just like a makeout session for those freaks.
I didn't. I never paid attention to that.
Listen to Bobby. Listen to Bobby give us his great boxing knowledge. You want to hear it? Bobby Sanchez said, "What's up, my bros? Ringside gloves are the best. If you don't sit the fuck down."
All right,
Bobby, I love you, bro, but ringside gloves are not the best.
So everyone is saying Kanaki used up his chin and his lack of defense finally got to him. What do you think?
I agree.
I mean, last night shows it all. I mean, that was a guy he was supposed to beat. And then Brooklyn goes, who would you like to see Spence fight next?
So,
We'd like to see Spence fight.
I like him fight, but maybe a comeback fight wouldn't be bad to see where he's at.
I think he absolutely needs a comeback fight. I mean, and I don't care. I don't have to be a name.
Josito Lopez.
Yeah.
No, I'm not being mean, but I love Josito. But I'm just saying maybe somebody that's in the lower ring of the rankings.
Who's not dangerous, who's not a big puncher.
Oh, Josito is, yeah. But somebody that can just give him more, give him some rounds.
Late.
You know what I mean? Give him some rounds.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You know who'd be good? You know who'd be good? Well, I don't know. Shit, I was just going to say the Russian kid. What's his name? Lipinets.
But Lipinets got a sturdy chin.
He's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, he's big, strong.
Maybe
Lipinets is, I guess we were saying about that too. Lipinets is a tough fight for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just one of those rugged guys.
Esteban says in Pashto, Allah Akbar, nobody.
I think that.
Did you hear that, Esteban? He said, in Pashto, Allah Akbar, nobody.
Mr. Jessica goes, I think that with PBC and ESPN doing the Wilder versus Fury, the next big showcase is Spence Crawford.
Yeah, when's it going to be made, though, man? It's I think right now you have a better chance of seeing Mikey and Crawford than you do.
I think that fight lost his fucking star power. Zip.
Kelly, here's my thing. I don't know if I know you agree. We've talked about this before. If Crawford beats Spence, just say, I'm not saying he does. I'm saying if he does, he'll never get credit for it. Because if he beats Spence, they're going to say, oh, Errol Spence was ruined because of his accident. They're not going to ever give him credit. If he would have fought in prime, it would have been a different fight.
I agree.
And if my sister had a dick, she'd be my brother. You know what I mean?
Yep. And if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle. Ricardo says, Andy Ruiz versus Areola. You guys think that's a good comeback fight for Andy?
Why not?
I think so.
Why not?
I think that's a really good comeback.
Areola is tough. He's rugged. He's durable. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Randy Ozuno says, there is no win situation for Crawford. Doesn't make sense fighting Josito. He's going backwards for Crawford. I agree. He's in a tough spot. I actually think that a fight where Crawford could get some decent credit, especially if he does what nobody else has done other than Marquez, is go fight Pacquiao and put a whooping on him.
Yeah, I agree.
And if he could whoop Pacquiao up for 12 rounds or knock him out, I think he'll get the credit finally.
Yeah. But I agree with you on that. Jay Paul said, just tuning in, maybe off topic, but does Navarrete move up and face Santa Cruz? Nobody's beating Navarrete. I would think so. I mean, I would. But that's 126, and Santa Cruz is 130, not 26 anymore.
Yeah, you're biting out, and you're talking about a big 130.
We're talking about a big 130. Yeah.
Now
Leo's
you're biting off a little. Yeah, I mean, Navarrete could do it.
He could, but like I said, Leo's not 126 anymore. He's 30.
Yeah, that's tough.
I would like to see Navarrete and Gary Russell. We've already talked about this. Mm-hmm. Gary Russell, Navarrete would be going. Navarrete and Inuit 22. I would like to see. There's so many good fights. And Navarrete is amazing fighter. One of my favorites.
Again, I have to say he right now is probably the hottest guy in boxing.
Yep.
He's stopping everybody. I mean, he's just ripping through people.
Boxing Uncut's right. He says he's talking about Crawford. I'm sure if he beats Pac-Man, they'll just say Pac was old. You can't please Bud Hayes.
Oh yeah, but that's why I'm saying he has to go in and beat Pacquiao. Like it can't be a 116, 112 fight. I think Crawford would have to go in there and totally dispose of Manny Pacquiao, and that will make the fight.
Hey, our homie DJ Backwood, remember him? He said it was nice to meet you guys. Real down to earth, good peeps. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It was awesome meeting you too. I do remember him. Well, I remember everybody I meet because nobody recognizes me. Everybody recognizes you. You know, my job is when we go places, I'm the permanent picture taker guy. Like, hey, take a picture, man. Yeah, take a picture.
Maybe get on the payroll.
Shit. Why would I am on the payroll, right? I am on the payroll. I travel to fights. I get to do all kind of stuff. I'm on the payroll. Hey, but when Justin comes with us, he gets to hold the cameras.
Mm-hmm. Justin's job is too important.
Fuck yeah, he's more important than I am. Shit. Hey, when we go to New York though, Justin's going.
He better be.
Oh shit. But Darren says this is going for you, Kelly. Darren says, who wins the Hooker Pro Grace fight? I got Hooker, man.
I gotta go with Hooker.
Donovan says Navarrete versus that kid Kanzu would be fun. It'll be a shootout. You know, Donovan, I haven't seen too much of him. I've seen a couple fights, but I don't know. I would have to look more.
I'm just going off what Navarrete's doing right now.
Yeah.
He's just brutal, man. Andy Ruiz versus, you guys are a good comeback. Randy says, no disrespect to Josito. I love Josito.
Yeah.
Bam says, what's your thoughts on the Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders?
Well, we're going to get to that.
We're going to get to that because we want to tap into some of the undercard. Let's start tapping into the undercard.
Yeah. These motherfuckers are going to get mad at us.
We'll start with the. Let's start with the. What is it, Martinez?
Oh, dude, Martinez looked great.
And-
Juan
and,
Julio Cesar Martinez.
Yeah, I thought that was a great fight.
He looked.
My former opponent was in the corner of the. What's the Irish kid's name?
I forgot his name.
Anyways,
Billy,
Billy Joe Saunders.
I was gonna say Billy Lyle.
Yeah,
No. What's his
John
name?
Duddy.
John Duddy. No, you. What was that part you fought?
Gary Lockett
You fought Gary Lockett.
was in the corner. Yeah, and I got to meet
Dude,
him.
he looked
That
20 years older than you.
He did, it was cool seeing him.
Bro, he knocked the age out of Gary Lockett. He knocked 20 years off that motherfucker's ass, didn't you? I said
did.
Kelly's right hand took 20 years off that motherfucker's ass. I thought I was talking to a senior citizen.
Dude,
I said, you
honestly, yeah.
I said, did you fight Kelly Pavlik or Harry Greb? Who the fuck did you fight? Dude?
but Gary's a cool dude though. That was fun to see him and see an old opponent. You know, where there was no animosity, nothing like that.
There was none in the first place, was there?
No, but I'm just saying, where you're not fighting. I think that should happen more in boxing because you don't see a lot of fighters be able to do that.
How many have you ran into of your again?
Rosinski, you were there. You seen that in New York. Who was cool? Hopkins.
Sergio Martinez.
No, not yet.
Yeah, Oxnard after the fight, right?
No.
You didn't run into him when you were running with Roger? Was that prior?
I didn't see. That was.
Was that prior to the fight? You saw him?
I didn't see him.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you saw him.
But I think that Martinez looked good, and I know that Rosinski or Gary Lockett's corner was pissed off about the score.
I don't know what they were seeing.
I don't know what they were seeing either. Like they were legit pissed. Like one guy walked out after it. He didn't even stay around. Yeah, that Mike Martinez. I mean, I thought they were looking to stop the fight.
Martinez did look flat though. He looked kind of dry. It took him a few rounds to kind of get into the mode. Did you notice that too? It took Martinez a little bit. He looked kind of dry.
A lot of Mexican guys are like that too, though. They take their time.
They take a while.
They know that they're in for a duration. But yeah, Martinez looked good.
I was really happy with Chocolatito though. Chocolatito looked like an animal.
Yeah, because Hooker linked versus Pro Grace's aggression. I just think Hooker's a good fighter and too big and just too skilled. But let's go over to Chocolatito. I thought
Jay Harris was his name. Jay.
Yeah, I thought Chocolatito looked good too. Dude, yeah, he just systematically broke down.
All those, you know what? You heard crickets. All these people. Oh, Chocolatito's washed up. He's garbage. I know. And this motherfucker just came back and just turned back time.
I didn't say he's washed up. I said I think his time may have ran past, but
you remember me saying as soon as they took him back to an old weight class, he might be better. And I thought maybe that would be the.
He looked great, man. He looked fucking sharp. He did.
I don't know. I was happy with him, but he hurt that dude. He literally hurt him. Every punch he landed, he hurt that dude.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Good showcase for Chocolatito.
Sergio's getting inducted in the Atlantic City Hall of Fame. Good time. Did you do it? Are you in Atlantic City?
Yeah, I got to go this year too. But if I'm in town,
yeah,
depending on all what's going on.
Are you going to the international this year?
I don't know. I may go.
I haven't been yet. I've never been. I've never been to the International Hall of Fame yet.
It's a good thing.
But yeah, it said Tank and Leo going to be at 130, and Ronnie Shields said Rigo next fight will be 115. If Rigondeaux can make it, why not? But maybe a good fight for Rigondeaux would be Inoue. Right? Let's see if Rigondeaux has that same energy this fight. You ain't gonna outpunch that motherfucker.
I think 3-4 years ago, I say, man, that's a fight. But I think that Inoue
stops him.
Yeah,
Inoue stop him.
I mean, I think brutally too.
Because Rigondeaux might quit on a stool. He's not. We've seen it happen once.
Yeah. Well, that was no Moschenko.
Oh, hey, Inoue's been no Moss and Inoue's too.
Yeah.
But I've always found this. Once you quit, it's easy to quit. It's easier and easier to quit after you've quit the first time.
What day is that fight? Is the Lomachenko TFE?
May 30th? 31st? 30th, yeah.
Man, I got to put in for that one.
Justin's going to put in for on April 30th.
Justin might be coming over if everything takes off with the sports testing. Justin might be having to go too.
Hey, then I'll go by myself. I'll cover that shit by myself, and I'll have all the credentials. I have 3 credentials on my neck.
No, I was saying I'm sending Justin instead of me going.
Oh, I thought you were going to send. Well, Justin wants to go with us.
No, I'm joking. Fight. We're all going to the fight.
We're all going to fight.
Yeah.
I'll send somebody in my place.
Yeah.
I hope Marjorie enjoys.
I hope
Marjorie enjoys it.
Well, it'll probably be the Hawaii trip too.
Send Marjorie and Sam.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, happy. At least they won't bitch.
I know.
Hey, are you guys coming back? No, we're good. We're gonna stay another 2 weeks.
We'll just stay here in New York.
Donovan said, I met your boy Orlando Canizales last year. Orlando's a good dude. I think Orlando was the original Lomachenko before Lomachenko.
Oh, here we go. I got a couple. Loma versus Davies. You think that will happen anytime soon?
Well, we'll see how this fight plays
I think
out.
Loma you got to get past Teofimo, which is not going to be. I mean, anything could happen with Loma. Loma could go in there and do what he did to Rigo, but
And then Loma could be 35 years old.
yeah, exactly.
We don't know what's going to show. That's the same with Manny Pacquiao. He could come in there and dominate the fuck out of Mikey, or he could show up as 41-year-old Manny and just get the shit kicked out of him all night. So we don't know. It's like a fucking crapshoot with these guys, you know.
Mm-hmm. Zach Miner said, "Watch some interviews after Wilder fight where Kelly discussed excuses and how it's not something he did because of potential backlash.
I watched it.
Do you think Wilder comes back strong after the excuses?" Well, I think so. I mean, he's by no means done.
You know, I watched a lot of the original footage. A lot of that was taken out of context. I'm not defending Wilder; he made excuses, but I saw Ellie Sackback's videos where he posted the originals, and a lot of them were taken out of context and ran with. So
yeah, that happens.
everything that was said is not what it is. I'm sure unless Wilder if he made 30 excuses, 15 of them were legit. The other 15 I don't know about. Yeah. But either way, more than one excuse.
My only thing in my interview that I said was the one that I would have strayed away from was the 40-pound suit.
Yeah.
Bringing it up. And again, and who knows?
Well, my thing is this. He said he ran with the 45-pound suit every day.
I know.
Why
That's what I
bother
mean.
you?
You do squats. You're in the ring. You're like, that suit ain't going to be an issue.
That motherfucker was deadlifting. Did you see him in train when it came to deadlifting? You're deadlifting that 40-pound suit is shit.
But what I can say is that it just may not have been Wilder's night, and maybe he don't know why.
Yeah.
And that shit happens. You guys got to understand.
You got to look for a reason.
On a night of a fight, you don't know what's going to show up. You could feel great in your dressing room, and that bell could fucking ring, and it's just one of them nights where you're not yourself, and you don't know what it is. And I could believe that. Like I understand it. Yeah. But like I said, I just wouldn't have went that route. Kinda, I would have just said, you know what, it wasn't my night. You're better off because as he's seeing right now, the backlash he's taken from some of the things that he said. You're better off just going in and saying, you know what, he was a better man tonight, because the backlash is worse than just taking the defeat.
Do you know what I was excited about, Kelly? I met Chiquita Gonzalez.
Yeah,
dude, Chiquita wanted to meet you. You just didn't have time. You were running interview to interview, but Chiquita in Spanish asked if that was Kelly Pavlik. I said, yeah. He wanted to meet you.
I know. I wanted to get over.
I didn't want you to go over him and step on him by accident. What was he? Fucking 5 foot tall?
I didn't see him.
Of course, he's 5 foot fucking tall. Can you imagine it? The news article: Chiquita Gonzalez dies. Kelly Pavlik steps on him by accident. It looked like Godzilla stepping on a fucking city. Dude.
Yeah. No, I wanted to meet him.
Yeah, he wanted to meet you too. It was awesome. But hey, Donovan has a good one. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Thoughts? I love Katie Taylor. I love Amanda Serrano. I'm going to lean through Katie Taylor. I think she just has less wear and tear, but Amanda Serrano's a tough woman.
I've seen Katie fight, but I don't know much on
Amanda Serrano. She's a fucking 4 or 5 division champion herself. She's good. But Katie's the goods. I think Katie, for me, is my favorite female fighter. And I'm sorry, I don't want what's her name? Her name slipped my mind. The 2-time gold medalist from Flint.
Shields?
I don't want Clarissa Shields to spit on me for saying that, but I'm a Katie Taylor fan.
I don't want Clarissa Shields showing up to the gym looking for you.
If she wouldn't be the first one to do it, at least I get the least talented one to do it.
Jeez.
I've had Paul Williams roll his way in and Evander Holyfield look for me. But you think I give a fuck about Clarissa Shields? Nah, you know what? To be honest with you, I do like Clarissa Shields, though.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I think she's a good fighter. But I don't want her to spit on me.
Kevin Kennedy said, do you think that... I was going to say something. Do you think that George Foreman could help Wilder's mental game because he's been there? I don't know what's wrong with the mental game.
I don't know. I don't know.
I love you, homie, but we don't know what's... It is what it is. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are just say shit.
There's some dudes that are cuckoo as fuck, and you ain't gonna help them. You know what I mean? God didn't bless everybody with that could punch with a great mind.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. I don't think that's the issue with Deontay. I think he got smoked out.
My thing is this: I thought Deontay Wilder's been on borrowed time for a long time. Saying that, I did pick Deontay Wilder to win this fight against Fury, and I'll stand by my pick because I figure that right hand of his is the equalizer for anybody. So, but I was wrong. But what I'm saying is Deontay Wilder has been on borrowed time his whole career. Eventually, and we've said this before a year ago, as soon as you find someone who had a great chin and great boxing skills, Deontay was in trouble.
Yeah.
And we found that.
Yeah, and he still always had that concern, though, of him still landing that big shot.
Yep. Dan says, Katie, by bad decision, was disappointed by her performance versus Amanda will bring it and be better, a bigger challenge. Dan, I have to agree with you. Hey, Shannon Torres is watching.
Hi, Shannon.
I love Shannon. She's so sweet. Lori Greenwald.
Hi, Lori.
The first lady of boxing.
I seen her last night.
Did you wear it at the fights?
Fights.
I love Lori. She's so awesome.
She's cool as breeze.
She's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
She is.
I wish I like it when she has Hungarian Pepper Day.
She's cooler than Penguin Pussy.
That is pretty fucking cool. But I like it when she has Hungarian Pepper Day.
I know. I got to start making some of those.
You do.
What's that, Justin? Yeah, and hers is pretty spicy too. Lori, do you still make those?
She better. She get a 2-piece from me. I'll go to Eastside Civics and tune her up.
Jake Miller, how much of an effect do you think the 31 pounds Deontay put on since the Fierce Fury fight affected him?
I don't think it was the weight. I think it was just more of fear. It was more of. See, I think what people fail to realize they're taking away from Fury's fucking performance by making excuses for Wilder. It was his weight. It was because he had a hangnail. It's because he's wearing a medieval night suit.
Yeah.
It took away from how good Fury looked that night. Let's just face the fact. Fury looked badass. He looked good. Fury would have beat any heavyweight in this division on that night. Easily.
Lobster 11 says, Wilder will always have that right hand as a dangerous game changer, though.
He's fucking
Very
awesome.
true.
I love
Even if
Wilder's
Fury
right
put
hand.
out the blueprint on how to nullify it, not everyone has Fury's ability. All right, and listen, I wouldn't call that the blueprint.
There is no blueprint.
Because, as I said before, if they rematch the third fight, and Deontay goes back to the drawing board and his camp watches the film, they're going to have an answer for that. So if you give somebody time in another camp, that's why it's always hard in a rematch. You give them 2 months to work, or 2 months of training camp to work on. If Fury comes in and fights like that again, it's going to be different. It's not going to be as easy as it was the first time. Even if it works and Fury wins, there's still a lot of factors you got to put in, and it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. So you give somebody 2 months to work on that, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Jay Paul says, when Navarrete struggles making weight, I don't think Santa Cruz's size will be a factor. Navarrete is someone that can match Leo's volume pressure, and that's rare. I'm going to disagree again. You got to remember, Navarrete was 118, 122.
Yeah.
He walks around maybe 138, 140. You look at Leo, who is 120, 130 now, and walks around about 155 and cuts down. And Leo has fought at that heavier weight a lot longer than Navarrete's fought at that weight. It makes a big difference, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay, they may be 10 pounds in size, but Leo's been fighting and sparring with guys that big for a long time.
Exactly.
We'll go back to Mikey and Spence. Mikey weighed the same as Errol Spence. Let at that fight night. But Spence has been holding that weight a lot longer and fighting guys a lot heavier longer, and it made the fucking difference.
And probably sparring guys a weight class above. You know what I mean?
He was sparring the Charlos.
Exactly. So it's Kevin Kennedy says, and Tyson deserved to win. No hate for his performance. Lobster 11, I would love to watch what Wilder does for the third fight.
You know, Kelly, I would love to see Wilder come back and beat an Andy Ruiz. An Andy Ruiz would be a good fight for him. Maybe a Dylan White. Maybe a Usyk. Somebody like that. Maybe not. I don't know. But those are the kind of fights he needs to put him back in that position to come up. I think Fury would be.
Listen, that's another thing.
I think Usyk would give Fury problems.
Oh, everything boxing's on. What's good, man?
What's up?
He says, what's good?
What's up, bro?
Everybody thinks because somebody gets beat up like that. And it's happened with me, and I'll be the first to say. And I think I brought this up 2 weeks ago on the show.
You want your shirt, nigga?
Yeah.
Just show me your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Casa de Chingazos, the house of fighting.
But Wilder, that fight, fighters don't get ruined from one fight. Shit happens, and we know that. And I could tell you right now, my Hopkins fight, everybody goes, oh, man, he ruined you. That did not. That's not it. So, I mean...
Would you get 5 knockouts after that?
Yeah, so even with, like Wilder in this fight, people put in there, they go like, oh, well, he's done after that. It's not. I mean, his mentality is going to be strong in his next fight. Let him come back, get another fight. And if I was him, I wouldn't fight Fury. I mean, I just think that the styles are not good, and styles make fights. But and I don't think I want to see a third one. I don't. I think there's too many other good fights to take a guy like Wilder with the skill and talent and put him against some of these other guys to see where these guys are at.
Yep.
And the same with Tyson Fury. Let Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua, or let Wilder fight Anthony Joshua now. You know what I mean? Those are the fight people we want to kind of see these other fights. I mean, 3 fights has taken up a lot of other fights that could happen in the heavyweight division.
There's a good one here too. Well, there's a good question here. Oh, Joseph Prout said, Teddy Atlas and Wilder actually needs to learn to box. Is it too late at his age? Can Wilder change? It's too late.
It is too late.
He's 30.
Anybody.
34 years old, man. Look, when he's been doing it since 20 years old. When you've been boxing that long in the same style for 20 years, it can be done. But you have to take that fighter and you have to strip him down and break him completely of all those habits and start again. He don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
And you tell him your my favorite analogy I use of Arturo Gatti. Do that one. I love that one. You know when you talk about Arturo Gatti when they changed him.
Oh, yeah. As soon as he got hit, as soon as he felt that vibration through the body.
When Buddy McGirt trained him and became a boxer against Mickey Ward, he got hit.
The boxing went out the window and it turned into a free for all. I mean, and the same with me. A lot of times after I was programmed into being a power puncher, I would work on like becoming a boxer, working on the shit. But listen, as soon as I got hit, that shit went out the window, man. As soon as I felt that buzz through my body,
yep.
It was go time, and it's just the way it is. It's hard.
You know what happens when you get a house cat, and you know when you get a tiger and you train him as a house cat. You know what happens when that house cat gets bit? That motherfucker becomes a tiger again, don't he?
Yep.
And that's the truth.
Win the best fight that everything box says. Win the best fight, the best out there. Best you're going to lose somewhere down the line.
You're going to lose.
Absolutely. Damon says, I believe that Wilder hype will never return. Wilder isn't a skilled fighter. I think he'll be a gatekeeper from here on out. I could be wrong. I think you are, Damon. I think he's still dangerous enough. I mean, he beat guys like Luis, who's a good, dangerous heavyweight. I'm sorry, I think he is.
But he's 57.
He's fucking not 57.
He has a Cuban birth certificate. He could be anywhere from 41 to 59.
No, you might be right. Just because says Roberto Duran was done after the Leonard rematch. Remember, history has proven otherwise. I don't think that's the case. Roberto Duran was pretty far along in the career too.
Yeah, he turned pro in 1968, homie.
Exactly. I mean, he's older than guys. He's my dad's age. Sorry, Dad. Not like that, but
he's not. He's older than your dad, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah. I think he was born in like 50. 51
or 50. Yeah. Motherfucker's Vietnam age.
So, that I mean, you can't so you can't just say because a fighter got beat. History has not proved otherwise. There's been guys that have been in wars. Manny Pacquiao got knocked out so brutal by Marquez. What happened with him? He turned back around and won how many world titles since?
Oscar got fucking stopped by Bernard Hopkins. He came back.
Yeah, came back and won. But, I mean,
dude, it happens. But my favorite one is this one. Let's stop on Roberto Duran a minute. And I know everybody's jacking off when I hear Roberto Duran. The zippers are always coming down. But listen, guys. Roberto Duran, okay, he got beat by Leonard. Was he done? Wilfred Benitez tap danced on that motherfucker's head. Tap danced on his head. Tommy Hearns knocked him the fuck out. I'm telling you. He was, I don't know. All I'm saying about Roberto Duran, he was a great fighter. But Roberto Duran, to me, personally, Kelly's not taking responsibility for this. Roberto Duran was a bully. And Roberto Duran was a great fighter, but if you pushed back on Roberto Duran and you outsmarted him or you pushed him back, he would fold. He's proved it over again. He folded in fights like that.
Yep.
And I'm not saying anything that's not true. If you go back on the fights and look, he did not take being pressured back well.
Yep, that's my point, Kelly and James. After a loss, fans can't say you are finished, but they will. Zach Miner says, I've heard Kelly say this, and Paulie and Andre Ward as well. You can't only rely on power. Boxing fundamentals are key. You really think it's past the point of learning when a boxer is a certain age? Yeah, well, we just tapped on that. Yeah, absolutely, Zach. You're already once you're programmed and you're at that age, it's hard.
Well, I've heard things like this. I've heard shit like this. I don't know why he just doesn't learn to punch harder. Like not talking about him, I'm just talking about in general. I said, why don't you just get his? I said, look, if you could go through boxing, you could just increase your punching power. Don't you think everybody'd hit like Wilder?
Yeah.
There would be no Paulie Malinages in the sport, would there?
Yep.
There would have been no Juan Diaz's. There would have been none of these guys. either you have it from it's from the cradle. That's it. Either you can punch or you fucking can't. You can improve it a little bit, or you can't. Like I was watching the NFL Combine, and one of the safeties ran a 4.6. And they were laughing about this kid. He ran 4.6,
Yeah.
but he said, and one of the guys said, the comments on YouTube said, I don't know why he didn't run a 4.48. Well, if it was that easy,
Yeah,
you
everybody
can't.
would do
You
it.
either can do it or you can't. I mean, he could probably improve that 4.69.
Every one of the people that sit at home and talk shit would be out making millions instead of watching the sport that they love so much. They'd be out winning world titles. I mean,
Well, they
it's
said
just-
he ran a 4.69, whatever he did, 4.67. I said, if he would have worked his ass off for a year, parachute drills, isometrics, he might have run a 4.6.
Yep.
But you ain't running a 4.4. It ain't gonna happen.
Jake Miller, I need to see Waddle lose another fight, not against Fury, before the gatekeeper discussion can even
Yeah.
start. And that's true. D. Della says, I still believe Wilder beats Joshua. What are your thoughts?
I don't think-
Joshua is slightly shorter, so Wilder won't be punching upwards.
I don't think that.
And that's a
I
fight
don't know,
where I think
man.
Wilder could win.
I think he could. I think the Joshua we saw this last fight would cause a lot of problems for a guy like
Boy,
Wilder.
Did I take some heat on saying that Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua from the UK?
Oh yeah.
Oh, them guys over in the I felt bad because I had a lot of fans over in the UK, but
Bro.
boy, they didn't like me after that one.
Bro,
Ooh,
I got Joshua beating Tyson Fury.
I don't,
I do.
but I don't even see how. But
I can tell you how.
you can tell me how.
He boxes just as well.
I don't
He
think
does,
so.
man. And I can guarantee you,
I think
Anthony Joshua will come in better shape.
I
than
think
Tyson
with
Fury.
the new strength and conditioning coach
Yeah.
and losing that muscle, he stands a lot better chance.
of course.
I just don't still think he could beat Tyson Fury.
I don't know. And before I start talking about his fitness, I've been out of the gym for 11 fucking days. I'm eating whatever the fuck I want. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
no, I'm gonna go back tomorrow. I promise.
No, you
Look at this. I promise.
can't.
Promise.
If your ability beats your opponent, it does not matter if it's power, speed, or just boxing.
Well, then what are we talking about?
Everything in boxing agrees with me. Tyson Fury beats Joshua. Sammy G. People are too quick to count Wilder out. He can still land a big punch and it's
Wilder's
over.
good.
Oh, dude, listen. I agree, Sammy. Wilder is that guy. Anything can happen. I mean, with his power, I still, honestly, in my opinion, believe that he's one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history.
I believe it too.
And you got to be crazy to think that I'm wrong on that.
What do you guys think about Wilder allegedly trying to get Farhood and Paulie axed? Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I've known Paulie for 10 years. I know Paulie 10 years. I mean, we're not sending Christmas cards, but I have hung out with Paulie, and you've known Paulie Malignaggi a long time. If I've ever known Paulie to ever lie, that's never happened. Have you ever known Paulie to say something that's not true?
I can't sit there and tell you that I drink green tea and crumpets with Paul.
No, but have you ever known him to say something that's not true?
Daytime life stories? How the hell would I know?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you see the fucking,
I don't think so. From what
you see him what he does. Well, Paulie said on TV.
When have you sat down with Paulie and had a long-term discussion about it and hung out with his friends?
Last time when me and Justin were out there, I sat and hung out, talked to him a little bit too. I've known Paulie since the amateurs.
I'm not saying that. I'm just, but I don't think Paulie's a liar from his perspective. No, I agree.
Paulie's saying that.
I had to bust your balls a little bit. Man.
Yeah, Paulie's saying that Tyson Fury or not Tyson Wilder tried to get him fired off Showtime for saying something negative about him and try to get Steve Farhood. Look, Paulie's not going to throw Steve Farhood under the bus too if it's bullshit, right?
No, yeah.
Because Steve Farhood would refute it if he didn't. He hasn't said shit. No, I believe it. I believe some fighters, they get that prima donna thing where they don't want to be talked about, and he probably did try to get Paulie kicked off.
Ed Valencia said Duran moved up in weight and came back to put some on Barkley.
But
yes, he got it put on those you mentioned.
Barkley was a good, strong, sturdy fighter, but he wasn't those fighters. I mean,
and at that point too, Barkley, he's a big guy.
Oh fuck yeah, he was a big guy. And look, I've always said Roberto Duran is one of my favorites, but I've looked at a lot of footage. I watched a lot of footage on the guy, and if you could match strength with him, or you could push him, he would he would fold in fights.
Kevin Kennedy says ran a 4.6 ? Most fans can't run faster than Rich Eisen.
He ran 6 something, didn't he?
All right, let's real quick because we're getting ready to wrap up. We got 6 minutes. Let's talk about the Billy Joe Saunders Canelo fight. Let's get that in real quick.
Okay.
Canelo.
Tell him why, Kelly. Tell him why, boss. Hey, you ever seen that movie Life, Justin? You ever seen that movie Life with Eddie Murphy? Tell him why, boss. Tell him about Tell him about the gun line. Yeah. Tell me the good line, boss.
I just think that Saunders didn't show me anything in his last fight. As we've been saying, we want to see something from Saunders. There's nothing that Saunders shows me that he's going to beat Canelo.
You know, you get these guys, you get these fanboys that love Billy Joe, and they go, "What do you mean he's fought nobody? He fought." What the fuck is his name?
Where's that fight? Is it at 160 or 168?
He fought Class 168.
Yeah.
He fought Class. He fought Eubanks Jr. Who? Look, I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it real close. He's never fought anybody in the top 25. Actually, he really hasn't. He's not fought anybody, and he's not fought anybody to say, "Hey, I'm just gonna come out and I'm gonna dominate the fuck out of Canelo," because that just doesn't happen.
Especially after everything Canelo's been doing.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Kennedy says, still an intriguing fight, though. Still thinking Canelo because he's at his apex.
I think I think Andrade would be more compelling, or Billy Joe Saunders, or not Billy Joe Saunders, Benavidez, or even Bivol would fucking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, those are bigger fights. I think that. I mean, I got some of them guys beating Canelo.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't have Billy Joe Saunders. Look, we've talked about this every episode, right, Kelly? Defense is a 2-part process. It's you make your opponent miss and you make him pay. What part of this is Billy Joe Saunders did not do? I'll do the Jeopardy soundtrack. Doon, 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 doon. He don't make you fucking pay. He's out of position to counter you.
He tries to fight a lot. Again, I'll keep bringing it up like a Sergio Martinez. He's like the less talented version.
He's the great value buy. He's a great value buy of Sergio Martinez.
Mm-hmm. Saunders fought Andy Lee coming off his quills.
Oh man, Andy Lee was a world beater.
Russian names are hard.
Yeah, Andy Lee was pound for pound, wasn't he?
Or saying Drevenchenko.
Oh yeah, 11. He was fucking great too.
Canelo isn't a stationary target like Lemieux. Kevin Kennedy said that.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I don't think, like, honestly, I think
how is Billy?
I think Billy Joe Saunders moves into a lot of body shots that Canelo is going to throw, a lot of lead right hands that Canelo is going to put out there.
Let's just say this too, Billy Joe Saunders. We are not Canelo fans. We are not Canelo fans. We're not. And people are like, "Oh, you got a Canelo fan?" But no.
We call it. I mean, a great fighter is a great fighter, in my opinion. And no matter how much I may not like them or what their antics, I'm still a fan of the sport, and I'm going to call a good fighter a good fighter.
You know what? I'm going to say this: Canelo has better defense than Billy Joe Saunders.
He does.
He does.
I agree 100%.
If Canelo makes you if Canelo makes you miss, he's going to fuck you up. Once you makes you miss.
But here's the difference on that also. Canelo is a guy who will sit in pocket and make you miss. And pay for it. But and if you're a banger and you try to beat up like Triple G did,
yeah,
Canelo will block, parry, catch and throw, hit you.
Yes.
As where Billy Joe Saunders is a guy who's going to move around, dance around. But I don't think Billy Joe Saunders is going to have an idea for a rugged, cruddy guy who comes in and starts taking that body apart and the headshots. I think Billy Joe Saunders will be confused at that point and won't have no other game plan, or backup game plan. As where a guy like Canelo, if you box, he's going to shut you down. And if you come in to try to bang with him, he's going to make you miss and pay for it.
Yep.
So that's the difference in this fight.
But the thing is, with Billy Joe Saunders, eventually he's going to have to stop and fight. At some point, you're going to have to stop and fight this guy. And you're fighting a monster. I don't know. We have, Dan said, who do you have beating Canelo? I got Bivol beating Canelo.
Benavidez.
I think Benavidez will beat Canelo. Really, that's Better Beef will beat him.
Better Beef will.
I beat him.
I just think, and mainly why I picked Better Beef is because of the size and strength.
Yeah, I don't think White Chocolate's beating him. Caleb Plant's not beating Canelo. I know all you guys. No. I know all these motherfuckers. They jumped on the Caleb Plant love train that he's the greatest fucking white fighter ever. No. He ain't fought anybody either. You know what I mean? I love Caleb Plant. He's a nice kid. But
well, you found that F word tonight, and you've been surely
man,
excited
I'll tell you what, I've been on it all day, man. I've been chomping at the bit for this week.
Yeah, that F word, boy, you're using.
I'm not going to use it no more.
No, it's okay. I'm done.
I'm done.
Don't read the channel. It's okay.
I know, but he just really found it, and he's really putting it in there good. He's saying it pretty good too.
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated boxing. I've had 3 weeks of frustrated boxing stuff going on. All these groups and stuff saying Caleb Plant's the greatest ever. Canelo's going to get worked by Billy Joe Saunders, lose every round. I'm like, what would give you that idea that he would be knocked out by Billy Joe Saunders?
Nice compliment for that, Valencia. He says, appreciate you guys. Nice to hear a fighter who has been there expressing his opinion from a real fighter's perspective.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you, bro. Thanks for tuning in, too.
And James, too.
Yeah. He said you guys.
I know, I'm kidding.
Lobster 11. With BJS's movement, does he end up in good position to counterpunch?
He doesn't counter
No,
punch though.
we said that he's too far out.
That's what.
And I think the bigger issue is going to be that he's going to be moving into some shit.
Yeah.
He's going to be moving into some hard shots and punches, and it's going to be the difference in that type fight.
Billy Joe Saunders did a lot like Pernell Whitaker. He's not Pernell. I'm not saying that. But he moves out. He slips a shot. He's 3 feet out of the way. But when you're that far out of the way, you can't come back with anything. So what good? It's all for naught.
And I think the difference is Pernell Whitaker. He did move himself out of position a lot,
but he was never positioned to be hit.
But Pernell Whitaker was also a type fighter. Has so much hand speed and different things where he could win most of the round. And if he got 3 feet out of position, well, it wasn't costing him the round. You know what I mean?
But also Pernell didn't put himself in positions to get countered like that either.
Yeah, exactly.
He was always out of position, but he was never positioned to be hurt.
But Billy Joe Saunders is going to move into a lot of Canelo's punches.
I think so, and Billy Joe Saunders throws that left jab over and over again. He's big on that jab. Canelo's best defense is against the left jab.
Yep.
And so you're going to make you pay.
Well,
but hey,
it would be a right jab with Saunders.
Well, right jab. Yeah,
all right, not everyone's an internet troll.
What?
We support you guys. Oh, thanks, Mr. Just Because.
Say Plant is better than Harry Grab again. Plant is better than Harry Grab. Oh, fuck. Plant is better. Caleb Plant's better than Harry Grab.
Oh, Caleb Plant would have
destroyed. Caleb Plant would have fucking destroyed Harry and drink his beer at the same time.
They would have had to put Caleb Plant in handcuffs and take him straight to jail for the beating that he put on.
They would have had to put a muzzle on Caleb Plant.
So you kiss him while he
fucked him, right?
There you go.
You did it to me! You did it to me!
Hit 200 tonight, guys. It's a record for James. 200 F-bombs.
Man.
Guinness World Book of Records.
I'm not a fan of anybody's politics tonight.
All right, guys. Tune in next week. Go to the Facebook if you want to watch it on there. Go to YouTube too. Like, share, subscribe. Even if you're a Facebook member and you watch us on there, just go over to YouTube and share and like.
Yeah, guys.
Throw some numbers out there.
We appreciate it. We'll be back next Sunday, right?
Against the Ropes podcast. Greetings, bro. We're heading out. Hopefully you catch a show. Against the Ropes is a cool
I know.
Podcast.
I've seen them too. And also in all these boxing channels that we watch and that support too. I appreciate all them too.
Yeah, thanks guys. We appreciate it.
Hey, have a great week, guys.